Hey, what you doing tonight at 9 p.m? Maybe going for a date? If so, better fought for European lawmakers and diplomats locked tonight in a room in Strasbourg, desperately trying to prevent an all-out transatlantic trade war. And the clock is ticking down to an unforgiving 4th of July deadline set by Donald Trump, who has threatened a 25% tariff on European cars if Brussels refuses to accept his terms. Alright, so how did Europe end up in this mess? Last July, Trump and Ursula von der Leyen struck a trade deal in Scotland. And the maths looked simple. Zero tariffs on US industrial goods against a 15% cap on European exports. And all of that was built to protect a relationship with almost 1.7 trillion euros. And that's a lot of zeros. But now the European Parliament is pushing back. After a US Supreme Court ruling against the tariffs, Washington introduced new duties on steel and aluminium, effectively violating the treaty before signature. And European lawmakers argue Europe cannot be bullied, so they are baking 3 defensive shields into the text. The known as Sunrise Clause stalls the deal until Washington drops these steel duties. And there is also the Sunset Clause, which automatically ends the agreement in March 2028, so just before Trump leaves office. Finally, there is also the Greenland Clause, allowing Brussels to suspend everything if Trump threatens European territorial integrity again. And quite predictably, this has split Brussels. The centre-right EPP wants a quick deal to avoid industry chaos, but the socialists are digging in. And top European Parliament negotiator Bernd Lange insists European legislation must not be dictated by threats from Washington. So if negotiators reach a compromise tonight, the text heads to a plenary vote in June. But if the deadlock holds, this massive trade relationship hits a cliff edge. And that 4th of July deadline will bring a wave of American tariffs straight to Europe's doorstep. So if you are going on a date tonight, you now have a perfect icebreaker topic. And no, you don't have to thank me for that. How should Europe work with the US? Should it seek agreement, or maybe it should be more confrontational? Let me know what you think and see you tomorrow.